Good evening, Livio, Regano with tonight's weather. Thunderstorms develop further east this afternoon compared to yesterday, leaving the Sunshine Coast in the firing line. And what a cracker of a storm it was. Slight change of plans for tomorrow, which is now promising to be a mostly sunny day. But showers potentially returning on Sunday as southeast winds pick up. Today's temperature range at Nambour was 20 to 30 degrees, about average for December at both ends, with Gympie and Tewantin reaching 31. Humidity is obviously playing a role as well, 81% at the airport shortly before the storm hit. Let's look at the satellite loop now. You can see that compared to yesterday, all the action, and by action I mean the bright white blobs, they represent the storms, they're all much closer to the coast now, and you'll see why, because the trough is aligned just on top of the Great Dividing Range and there's a much drier air mass coming in behind it. That's made the storms more vigorous though, and we did have a couple of doozies come starting around Caloundra and Mullaney, then later moving through the Maroochydore and finally through to Noosa, only just very recently. And they're going out to sea, and tomorrow they should be gone for the whole day. Let's look at the chart now and we'll explain why. The trough line, which is now connected to a cold front, is literally straddling the coastline, connected to a low just east of Sydney, and it's behind that there's a slightly cooler and drier southerly wind which has just penetrated through the Sunshine Coast and cleared the storms out. And if you look at tomorrow's chart, we'll be in that same dry air mass for an extra 24 hours because the front is out to sea. So enjoy it while you can. It'll be just slightly cooler and quite sunny. On the outlook chart, of course, that trough moves west again and eventually we'll start to see the showers move back. So now the latest from the Weather Bureau, the boating forecast for Sunshine Coast waters. South to southeasterlies building up to 15 to 20 knots during the morning, with seas rising to 1.5 metres. Winds then reaching 25 knots at times on Sunday and Monday. Tomorrow's the half-moon neap tide, so the swing will be quite gentle over the course of the day. We've got low tide around mid-morning and high in the afternoon. Southeast Coast District, mostly sunny tomorrow with just a 20% chance of a passing shower. Maroochydore, 18 to 29 degrees, quite pleasant. Nambour also 29, Gympie shooting for a top of 32. And looking ahead for Maroochydore, we're getting a clearer picture of next week now. Not totally dry, but rain will be a lot less likely and hopefully a degree or two cooler for a couple of days. And that's it for this week, folks. Keep sending in those non-sunrise, non-sunset weather photos. And remember, if you have any weather questions you'd like answered on air, just shoot us an email at asklivio@7.com.au. Have a nice weekend. Here's Robbie Sherwell with the Surf Report.
Thanks, Livio. There's actually been a few little waves over the last couple of days with lighter winds, not very strong onshores during the day. Now, over the weekend, we are expecting a same-size swell around that metre mark on the open beaches, maybe a little bit bigger on Sunday and bigger through Monday and Tuesday, as we have got our first low formed out in the Coral Sea, and there is another low pressure system sitting out off New South Wales. Now, the southeasterlies are going to kick in. Tomorrow they're only going to be light, between 10 and 15 knots. On Sunday, looks like they could get anywhere between 15 and 18 knots. The low tide tomorrow will be about 7:30 and the low tide on Sunday about 8:45. So unfortunately extremely low in the mornings. Things do get better as the tide pushes up. With the southeasterlies going to kick in, it is worth checking down around Moffat's and Dickey Beach through to Ann Street. Alex through to Maroochydore, Coolum and the Bays, and the biggest wave will be the southern corner of Alexandra Bay over the weekend, hoping for those lighter sou'westers early in the morning. Now, if you think about a swim, we've got a little bit of swell coming. Also, there's a little bit of push in that swell. So as the tide drops out, there's some few flash rips around. Stay safe. Only swim between the red and yellow flags. That water is sitting at 24 degrees. Have a great weekend across the coast beaches. Now it's back to you, Rob.
You're wonderful, Robbie. Good on you, mate. Thanks for your company, folks. Have a great weekend. The holidays have started, eh? Take care. Good night.
Tonight in 7 News, the Gold Coast COVID outbreak, a rapid rise in cases just ahead of Monday's